Hey, folks, and welcome back to What Did the Gays Ever Do to You? Why do you have such hatred in your heart? Today, while discussing Jason Collins' passing, rest in peace, Charles Barkley, we live in a homophobic society. Facts. Anybody who think we ain't got a bunch of gay players in all sports, they're just stupid. So true. So true. And I want to address the we live in a homophobic society point. We do. We do. And why do we still? Why do I still have people in the day of our Lord 2026 out there hating people for doing absolutely nothing to bother you? You, a person, dislike gay people, think they shouldn't have the same rights, even though it doesn't matter to you and doesn't affect you at all. Can you please make that make sense? Because a lot of you out there, it doesn't even feel like you try to make it make sense. You just say, oh, well, in the Bible, the thing that was written thousands of years ago and has no relevance to today. Well, it said, don't lay a man with a man. Don't do it. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Who cares? Who cares? Okay. Use your brain. If there's any wrinkles, a lot of you who have hate in your heart for the gay people are smooth brains. But use your brain. Use your brain. Think to yourself, someone is doing something. Doesn't affect me at all. Doesn't affect me at all. They're living their life, making their own choices that have absolutely no effect on me. I'm going to decide to hate them. That is insane. I don't understand. Do you make any friends in life? Do you have any friends? Does anybody rely on you? Do you have a social circle? Because with hatred in your heart like this, who would be your friend? Who would be your friend? You would turn on anyone in a heartbeat for absolutely no reason besides, I can hate you, too bad. Which, by the way, we live in a free society, so you are allowed to hate. Don't get me wrong. You are allowed to hate. But you also, every decision we make has a reasoning. What's your reasoning? What's your reasoning for hating gay people? What's your reasoning? Does it have anything to do at all with how they affect your life? It doesn't. It obviously doesn't because they don't affect your life. So why do you care? Why do you care when adults make consensual adult choices that don't affect you? Again, who cares? Who cares? Change yourself. Change yourself. People deserve equal rights because we all deserve freedoms. We all deserve freedoms. Unless we're harming someone else through our actions, we all deserve freedoms. That's a fact at the end of the day. It's a fact. So you just got to fix yourself, man. And you gotta come up with a better way of, how you decide how you feel about someone. Other than, well, I can just hate. Which again, to be clear, you can hate. We will shame you for it because you're wrong. You're allowed to hate. You are. And I think you should be allowed to hate. And you know why I think that? Because I want to hear and see it. And tell you, you're an idiot. You're an absolute zero empathy, no sympathy for other human beings, scumbag. And you, a person who's a smooth brain, would choose to hate or not grant equal rights to people who don't even affect you. It doesn't make sense, and we want you to make it make sense. We know you never will, but we want you to. Let's take a look at some of these comments, see if we can't glean some more wisdom. Charles Barkley has such a nice voice. I don't know if I feel like he would be good at reading bedtime stories. Yeah, I feel like he would be. He would be. I don't know if he has a nice voice, but I think he does have a bedtime story voice. I think that's right. Life is so much better if you show up with your true self. That's a great line and idea. Yes, there's a part in this video where someone says that quote. And I think that quote is attributed to the man himself, rest in peace, Jason Collins. It is, man. It sucks when you live in a society where people can make their own choices that don't affect others, and other people judge that in such a way that it makes people not be their true selves. Again, if choices people make don't affect you, give them the space to be who they are. Why wouldn't we do that? Why wouldn't we do that? Why would we make people go through mental torture for absolutely no reason? Why would we do that? We shouldn't do that. That's bad. That's bad. That's not being Jesus-like. It's not being Jesus-like. Oh. Honestly, this whole panel came off pretty wholesome. It does. If you see it, it does. It does. I love Barkley. That is the correct take for his take here. Sometimes he gets weird. We all get weird sometimes, to be fair. But yeah. Barkley speaking the truth. Could you imagine an NFL crew having this discussion? Hell no. Huh. I don't know. I'm not sure how to take that. But this is good from Charles. I don't know if, would that really not happen? I love Chuck. He's just such a good dude, correct? I've never seen a minute of basketball, yet for some reason I've watched like a million clips of this show because this show's great. This show is great, yeah. All right, back to the main point. Folks, I want to be clear. You are free to hate. You are not free to harm. You are free to hate. You are. But think to yourself, does it make any sense to hate other people's choices and lifestyle when it doesn't affect you at all? Wouldn't it be more easier on everyone if we decided not to do that? It's so much energy to hate people for no reason when you could just not do that. You just not do that. And a burden is lifted off you. Oh, it's lifted off you. And you can move on like a normal human being should. Like a normal human being should. And again, I'm going to end it on, I want to make clear, hatred should be free. Hatred to hate is practicing freedom and should be allowed. And I want it to be because I want to see who you are so that I can shame you in public. Thanks for stopping by and subscribe for more wisdom.